our modern lives suck. They're not ideal. As much as we think or try to make them ideal by optimizing them or enhancing our lives and trying to maximize every single minute of it we can, in reality, all we're kind of doing is pulling ourselves away from what our brains really need, and that's simplicity. And that's where monkey maxing comes in. Now, this isn't to say daily lives are incredibly complicated, right? You eat, you take a dump, you go to work, you do your taxes like once a year, and that's kind of it. It's not really complicated, but we surround ourselves with so many new things, stimulus, junk, and don't really live our lives how we're supposed to. And all of a sudden, these things that are honestly kind of easy seem really daunting, really big. And this is where monkey maxing comes in. Because the goal with monkey maxing is to live like the monkeys do. Because like I said, you don't need much to live. You take a dump, you eat, you sleep, go to work for a little bit. That's kind of it. I'd say the biggest part of monkey maxing is just, I'm not going to say get rid of your phones, but minimize your screen time as much as possible. See, most people, honestly, let's look it up. Average daily screen time. Holy shit. Damn. Okay. Average daily phone screen time globally is 4 hours and 37 minutes. Okay. 4 hours of your day. 24 hours in a day. Now you have 20 hours left. Actually, it's basically 19 hours left. 19 hours of you have to fit in your sleeping, you're eating, you're working, and whatever else you want to do. And then in the United States, the average screen time is higher at 7 hours. These are big numbers. This is, at least for Americans, it's almost a full shift of just scrolling. All right, I'm not going to say phones are the worst. Realistically, though, people aren't like researching stuff on their phone or doing something productive on their phone. Most of the time, you don't see that. Most of the time, someone's scrolling on Instagram, Facebook, Reels, whatever, TikTok, and you end up with the doom scrolling where someone's scrolling for an hour and they realize after the hour, it's like, oh shit, I was only supposed to watch one video that a friend shared with me, and now what am I doing? I just lost the whole hour. I was supposed to be doing homework. I was supposed to make myself food for tomorrow, whatever. So really, you don't need to throw your phone away, but you can go restrict your time on social media. Do it to say, I don't know, 30 minutes a day. Now, if you're the average American, this is going to be insanely difficult because you're going to wake up and you're probably going to hit those 30 minutes by the time noon's up. So the first step in monkey maxing, cutting down the social media intake. It's honestly, it's not even good for you anyways. People say, oh, let's use tech to enhance our lives, whatever. Yeah, sure. It does enhance lives in some ways. You know, you got the automatic doors, you got the collision avoidance systems in cars, but scrolling on Instagram, it's not really helping anybody. Every once in a while, sure, maybe like 0.25% of the time, you'll find a cool hike you want to do, or maybe a new trip you wouldn't have thought of or figured out unless you had social media. 0.25% of that. Basically nothing. The rest of the time is just spent doom scrolling, brain rotting. God knows what's going on there. And honestly, mentally, it's going to impact you too. It's plenty researched, especially kids on social media, crazy insecurities, the cyberbullying going on there, just the poor mental health impact it'll have on you. And on top of that, probably even more important, because cyberbullying, honestly, you can turn off your phone, who cares, is the fact that it messes with your sleep so much. All right, let's say I go to bed at midnight, which is, pretty late, but let's say I do. And I'm scrolling on my phone up until 11:55. I've got this bright white light that, by the way, we've never evolved to have like freaking lights right in your face, okay? It's just not a thing. The sun sets, and then, as the monkeys do, you go to bed. Instead, you're just blasting your eyes and your brain with the stimulus right there. Ooh. And guess what? You're going to struggle to fall asleep. And if you do fall asleep, the quality isn't going to be so great. And I know for a fact this is well researched as well, because I'm going to look it up right now and find out. Phone usage before bed impacting sleep. Let's see. All right. PubMed has this. Effect of restricting bedtime mobile phone use on sleep. There you go. Results right here. Restricting mobile phone use before bedtime for 4 weeks was effective in reducing sleep latency, increasing sleep duration, improving sleep quality, reducing pre-sleep arousal, and improving positive effect in working memory. This simple change to moderate usage was recommended to individuals with sleep disturbances. Great. The scientists say it. Get off your phone before bed. All right, so here's our monkey maxing for just phones. Minimize your social media. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to go cold turkey. The fact is, if you're going from 7 hours of screen time a day to like, I don't know, 30 minutes, that's a hard change on anybody. Only way to really do that is just toss your phone in the water and then run the other way and hope it broke by the time you get back. And then not using it before sleep. The blue light affects you, it messes with your brain, affects your sleep, how fast you're able to go to sleep, all of that. And next, daily movement. You go to the zoo, the monkeys are doing something, rolling around, screwing about, picking at shit, but they're moving around. Most Americans walk like, I don't know, 2,000 steps a day on average. 2,000 steps a day. Now this one, to be fair, is more for the American fellows and not the European. All right, 2,000 steps is approximately 0.8 to 1 mile. Can you imagine? Every day you walk maybe a mile. That's 2,000 steps. I believe that's the average American step count, but you know what? Maybe it isn't. I know for a fact it's close. Now, average step count for a European, should probably specify what country, but whatever. In general, average step count in the UK is almost 6,000 steps. Okay, 6,000 steps. So that's 3 miles. That's pretty good. 3 miles. 3 times that the average American. And I'll be honest with you, you go to Europe, not many fat people. So, walk a little bit. Now, honestly, I'm not saying become a gym rat. Sure, I just said just, go for a walk. You can do more, right? If you're working, your traditional 9 to 5, chances are you're probably sitting down, typing away at a computer, and then you leave, you go sit down in your car, and you go home. And then maybe you have some pre-bought food. Maybe you made something the day before. I don't know. And then you go sit on your couch and eat it. Just straight sitting all day. It's not good for you. Like physically, it's not good for you. Sitting is just not good for you, actually. But the fact that you're not moving at all is not good for you physically. It's not good for you mentally. Physically, why wouldn't you want to be stronger, right? Like, do you really want to be walking around? You got a beer belly jiggling around. If you're fat, maybe you got some cake jiggling behind you, I can't hate on that, but it's not healthy, right? There's all those risks associated with not moving at all and being very sedentary. Look something up to back that claim up. Let's see, what do we have? Ooh, PubMed again, good looks. Holy shit. Metabolic diseases, diabetes mellitus. No idea what that is. Hypertension, so basically affecting your blood pressure. Dyslipidemia, I'm assuming that's what it is. I'm no genius, but none of this sounds good. These descriptions don't necessarily sound good either. Obesity, you're fat, you got your beer belly, you got your cake hanging from your dump truck. It's, it is what the waist circumference increased by 3.1 centimeters with a 10% increase in the sedentary time. You sit for 10% longer a day, your waist size is going to go up by a little over 3 centimeters. That's kind of busted. I guess this is a crazy bulking method right here if you're a gym rat. Let's see, cancer risk. It's a lot of cancers. Okay, I brought up the physical side, increased rate of cancer, cardiac issues apparently, the fat, blood pressure, diabetes. Now we're gonna go to the mental risks. You got depression. Sitting, listening to music, and talking while sitting were positively correlated with depression risks. So basically, if you're just sitting around all day at home, bumping into music, or you're doing the same thing at work, you're more at risk of becoming depressed. And then we have, cognitive function. There's not much. It's an uncertain relationship. So we'll leave it at that. It's not great for your mental health. It could put you at risk of, or higher risk of depression, I guess. And then physically, it's just not good for you. Just don't sit around. It's not good for you. You got your knee pain, you got your depression, hypertension, diabetes. Just move around. Like I said it earlier, 10% more sitting around is an extra 3 centimeters to your waist. That's I'm pretty sure that's almost an inch. You're going up a size. It's not good looks. And honestly, if you don't know where to start, it's YouTube it, right? You can just walk around a little bit more a day, right? Instead of park further away from your workplace, if you're starting out, instead of parking right in front of the door, park as far away as possible. After work, before work, go hit the track and walk a few laps. Push-ups, you can do that at home. You can do a lot of workouts at home with just your body weight. Look at how jacked monkeys are. You see a chimpanzee or whatever that's kind of bald, and it's yo, that dude is yoked. He's not hitting the weights. He's not hitting 135, 225 pound bench press. No. Bro, he's just chilling. He's just living his life. Sure, there are some very physical aspects of their life, but overall, it's because they're doing it all day. It's not just sitting around for 8 hours. Now, ideally, you're using your full body when you work out. If you're taking this advice and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm just gonna do bench press, it's just not gonna be good. It will help, don't get me wrong, but really, you're just overloading one muscle group and that's it. You have a whole body. You got your legs, you got your core, you got your back, arms, use those too. I know variations of a push-up, I'm pretty sure you could hit like a lot of things except for your legs, but a lot of your upper body. And if you're too weak to do a proper push-up, there's variations for you too. Use your knees instead of like doing a push-up with your feet. Things like that. If you want to do pull-ups, well, guess what? You can't do a pull-up. That's okay. There's resistance bands you could use to assist you. See, there are no excuses for not getting enough movement. And then next, also part of that crazy bulking strategy is eating good food. And I'm not saying something that tastes good, something that's like actually good, right? Now, what I mean by that is eat whole foods. Right? You got your monkey, he's not going to McDonald's, pulling up and asking for a McDouble or a McRib. He's going, looks for something, eats some bugs or whatever, whole foods, nothing crazy processed, right? So no random chemicals, no weird fluffing, preservatives, whatever. Who knows what they put in the food nowadays? You can go to the grocery store, go to the produce section, pick out a couple things, and I guarantee you can make a proper meal out of it. If you go to the grocery store, look at the ingredients list on bread. Like just, you go to that big aisle they have, if there's no bakery, pull out some random bread, whole grain, half whatever grain, I don't know, and just look at the ingredients. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen too, because it's just ridiculous how much stuff. Really, what do you need? Like flour, water, yeast. Those are your 3 main ingredients for bread. And you got like 3 more ingredients to change the taste. That is it. Now, let's look up grocery store bread. I might have to open a different browser to actually get what I want to search for. Ingredients: enriched, unbleached wheat flour, okay, just whatever. Reduced iron, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, or however you say it, and folic acid. Water, high fructose corn syrup. Why the fuck is there fructose corn syrup in your bread? Yeast, and contains 2% or less of each of the following: salt, canola or soy oil, distilled vinegar, yeast, nutrient, ammonium sulfate, dough conditioners. But here we go. Monodiglycerides, sodium steroid, whatever you say that, lactolate, ascorbic acid, azotic carbonamide, monocalcium phosphate. I don't know what any of those means. I'm gonna have to Google one of these to figure out what they are. Defatted soy flour, extract of malted barley, dextrose, I don't know what that is either. Calcium propionate, which says it's a mold inhibitor. Calcium sulfate, some enzymes, and non-fat dry milk. I'm gonna have to put it up on the screen. God damn. Okay, that's your average bread right there, with those ingredients that you're putting in your body. Like, how many ingredients do you actually recognize? Chances are like 2% of them. You're not recognizing most of those. The average person is not seeing that. If you're like a chemist or whatever, by all means, should you be putting that in your body? See, I just pulled up an article about a different ingredient common in bread as a dough conditioner, for at least in America only, because it's banned everywhere else. I wonder why. That is potassium bromate, suspected carcinogen, banned in Europe, China, India. Oh my god. And in the US, it's a chemical compound used by some food makers to strengthen dough. Supposedly, it converts into a harmless substance. Now, the health concern with this potassium bromate is that it may promote the development of tumors. I mean, this is just one of the ingredients, actually. Lord knows what else is there. That is like literally going to give you cancer. What about these other ingredients? Probably not good for you either. See, a good rule of thumb is, I would say, go with the monkeys. If it's not natural, don't eat it. If it's manufactured, don't eat it. See, a monkey eats a banana just fine. You can deal with a banana too. See, and I won't lie, when I was younger, I really struggled also with like wanting to eat whole foods, eating healthy. It was always like, I want the junk food, I want the nasty stuff. And the transition into like proper healthy food is really difficult. And I found one of the main reasons why is because companies pump so much sugar into that food. You like, in a way, become addicted to it without even knowing. Like, you don't realize how sugary stuff is. Like, actually, here, I know this. McDonald's burgers, I'm pretty sure their buns, have like 30 grams of sugar in them. Just the bread. You buy a McDouble or whatever, you're getting 30 grams of sugar in the bread. Now, I'm gonna see if I can pull up the nutrition facts, because that is concerning. Here, nutrition summary. It says 5 grams of sugars here. Now, I don't believe that whatsoever. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I was wrong about the 30 grams of sugar in the buns. Over 9 grams of sugar in a burger is still a lot. But based off all these things, the amount of sugar in McDonald's burgers is 3 times what it was in 1989. So that's, why are they adding that sugar? You eat it, you get hooked up a little bit on it because it's like, you don't really taste the sweetness, but it's still there. Your brain is still kind of recognizing, oh, something's here that I really like. Try to get rid of that. Cooking, first off, you're going to save money if you eat at home. Cooking on your own. There's plenty of YouTube channels you can learn from. They do shorts if you can't like withstand the 7-minute long video that you can watch. Oh yeah, even Gordon Ramsay has a whole cooking YouTube you can just go look at. I'm telling you, ultra processed food, actually, because processed food could be just a can of tomatoes, it's terrible for you. Just don't even touch it. You go to Popeyes. Actually, I went to Popeyes a while ago, and I wanted to throw up. I got their mashed potatoes, and I was like, oh, this looks fire. Because it did look good, I won't lie. But I'm like, putting my fork in the mashed potatoes, and it's like bouncing. Like someone's like botched BBL, it's bouncing, and then you kind of like take the fork away, and it's peeling apart like cotton candy or something. Mashed potatoes are not supposed to do that, okay? I don't even know what they add. I don't want to look it up. I don't want to know, because I still ate it, but I felt like shit after. But you know what? That's enough for eating. Just eat good. Be like the monkey. Take a banana off the tree. You know, eat some bugs off your friend, whatever. It's chill. And the last step of monkey maxing, actually socialize with people. Right? Most of us, you know, I'm guilty of it too. You kind of get caught up in your own life. You'll sit like a week or two, you won't even see your friends. And it's kind of like, yo, hold up. You look back on your timeline, it's kind of like, damn, what did I even do? I just went to work and I went home. You know, maybe I'll hang out with my friends a few hours a week, or I'll set up a hangout. That's not good for you, okay? How we've kind of evolved as a society, it was always small communities. You're always going to be with people. The fact is, there's very few cases where someone is like growing up and they're just kind of solitary. We just don't work like that. You're always going to be like with a family unit, extended family, or you're going to have like a small community around you where you're always going to be socializing. You're always going to be with people at the very least. Versus, you know, nowadays people think we're socializing because like, oh, I'm texting my friend on Instagram or DMing them, or I'm on Snapchat all the time, so I'm a really social person. But then it's like, you look at what conversations someone has had in that past week, and it's like, oh, I only talked to like real people twice. It's always been like online. Like I said earlier, we didn't evolve with tech. We didn't. We're not like, our brains aren't designed to be like, okay, technology is here to assist me. I can't socialize normally, so I'm going to get my socialization from the phone. No, it's just not happening. You need to see someone face to face, groups of people, one-on-one, whatever, and just chat them up. Like somehow, we have such a social world where I can talk to my friends immediately or instantly from across the globe. And it's impressive, don't get me wrong, but it's not normal. And yeah, it's better than nothing, all right? If you're not a social person, or you have some weird like night shifts and stuff where you're sleeping when everyone else is awake, it is what it is. You take what you can get. But for most people, you just don't see that proper level of socializing. Realistically, I'm pretty sure, or fairly confident, you should be socializing with your family, your friends, every day. And really that's happening like once a week for people. Oh yeah, let's go hang out, let's hit a bar and go get drunk. What a great time. It's just not normal. Like, let's say you go to like, France? Right? Like in America, you eat, or like whatever, you get on your 30-minute lunch break, unpaid, and what do you have, 30 minutes? Most people go get some, like a burger or whatever, and then they eat in their car. Right? Fast food is like a crazy culture. And that's it. Does that like look normal to you? Like if you like look at like the history of people, it's really like, yeah, this is peak. I've got my burger in my hand, got the steering wheel in the other hand, foot on the gas. Okay, it does sound kind of cool, but that's not actually normal. Versus, let's go to France, right? You know, we got a 30-minute lunch break, and chances are you're alone, right? The French lunch break. We're looking at the AI because I'm lazy, but you know what? We'll look at some article from Life on La Lune. 2-hour lunch break. A 2-hour lunch break. You can't eat for 2 hours straight. It's just not happening. What is really happening in these lunch breaks? Guess what? You're talking, you're socializing, you're eating slowly. You're able to fit two things in one. I guess this is kind of efficient. You're socializing and you're eating. Or like you have dinner at the table with your family, ideally, or with friends. You're not just stuffing your face. You're talking, making jokes, whatever. You're doing your socializing. What do monkeys do? You chill together. They got their little hangout group, whatever language they're using or whatever. They're also socializing. They're not isolating one another. You know, what animal does that aside from like a cat? Actually, you know, there's plenty of animals, I'm sure. But we're talking about monkey maxing, not lion maxing. Okay, and I'm not saying you need to go swing from a vine. You need to go live in the woods and, buy a massive plot of land and just convince your whole family to move out with you. I'm not saying that. But you can take a few steps to get there. Eat healthy, socialize more, move a lot more. You do all this and you're living closer to your monkey brothers. You don't need to swing on a vine. You don't need to eat ticks off your fella and put them in your mouth. But do some of these things that they do, and I guarantee you the quality of your life, your physical health, and your mental health will just go up. It guaranteed 100%. Like, I would put my own money on it. I don't have much, so that's not happening, but I would if I could.